Welcome back, Tater Tots, to the channel for another new episode of our high school years LP. This is episode 5. So for today's episode, we are spending time here with our girl, Olivia Oswald. And so she is the artist. And so if you guys saw the cast video for her, you know a little bit about her. So she is, yes, a big time artist. So you can see here she has an art easel in her bedroom and a little painting over here. And she does like pops of bright color, as well as having like these little plants and whatnot. And you can see here there is a picture with her and her mother. So unfortunately, she is woken up feeling pretty sad this morning, but her mother passed away not too long ago, and she actually passed away from poisoning, unfortunately. And so you can see here in the house there are a few more pictures with her dear mother, and she was gorgeous. She looked just like her mom. And we have Derek Johnson. He's come over to visit her. It is Sunday morning, so he came over to check on her to see how she's doing, and he must be like either drunk or thinking about his girl Christy Ingram, who he went to prom with. He's probably telling Olivia all about it. He's like, oh my gosh, we went to prom and it was amazing, and we kissed. We actually kissed. She's like, oh my gosh, Derek, I'm so happy for you. That's awesome. But you know, you should just totally ask to go study with her. He's like, you think? Do you think she would really accept it? She's like, well, obviously she accepted your invitation to prom, so like, why wouldn't she? So I think she is helping Derek to feel pretty confident, because they are pretty close friends, and they did go to middle school together, so they know each other pretty well. And she did used to be in band, but then she quit because she just got tired of having to, you know, be at all the games, and she didn't want to be around all the popular kids all the time because she did get bullied a bit. And so instead she spends most of her time here at home painting or staying after school for art club. And as you can see, she has quite the cute little house here, and she just lives alone with just her and her dad. And so here is the little backyard. I love this little like gazebo sitting area. It's just so adorable with the brick and this iron route fence and the little planters, and then there's still like a slide in the sandbox from when she was a kid that her dad just can't bring himself to part with. It looks like she is coming out here to a grill. Hopefully she doesn't catch anything on fire. Girl, what are you grilling? What are these? Are these fruits? I think she's grilling some fruits. Yep, grilled fruit. And so here is her father, and his name is James Oswald. So he looks like he has woken up as well, feeling quite sad, thinking about his wife, and he's feeling focused. Yes, he is mourning Catherine. And so if we go here to their family tree, you can see, let me click on her. So there is Catherine Oswald, deceased, died from poisoning. And so we can pull up our info panel here. So you can see that her father is a genius. He's quite the geek. He's a thinker, would be happy to have a child. He's a caregiver, quick learner, all of those things, which I think are really, you know, quite important characteristics that make a big impact on Olivia herself. So here's her mother again. So her mother was an art lover. She was very focused on Olivia because Olivia is an only child. So Olivia was like everything to Catherine. She would do anything for her daughter. And so unfortunately, you know, she did get lost in time and things happened, and so now it's just her and her dad. And her dad has really struggled with depression quite a bit since her mother's passing, because he really relied on her, because while he is a genius and makes pretty good money, I believe he's a scientist, is that right? No, he's like a tech guru. A tech guru. Even though he makes really good money, he does not know how to keep himself grounded very well, and that's what her mother did for him. So it has been pretty rough. And look, our girl's just sitting out here getting drenched in the rain with her grilled fruit. This poor thing. Like, we should probably move these into the kitchen so people can actually eat. And she's coming in to check on her dad. She's like, hey dad, you know, things are gonna be okay. Try not to stress out too much. We're gonna get through this together. And so we'll have her come in here. Let's check, what are her needs? Oh, she needs to eat. Okay, she is taking care of herself. Great. And so her family lives here in Newcrest. And so they live, actually, if you guys recognize this house right here, they live right next door to, what's his name again? Lvly. So yeah, she lives right next door to Lee. And she actually thinks he is very attractive and they are neighbors. And she has had a crush on him for quite a while. So she's not one to actually go and like confess this to anyone by any means whatsoever. And oh my gosh, he got struck by lightning. Like, oh boy, you having a rough day. But yeah, she has watched him next door for quite a while. She knows the grandparents pretty well. And so she, was familiar with the family. And then eventually Lee, I need to stop calling him Ramus because he goes by Lee. Lee moved in with his mom. Or Lee and his mom moved in with the grandparents. And so she, when she saw him, thought he was so cute. But she knows that, she's not really a lot of people's cup of tea, that she's considered to be a plain Jane and not many people want to spend time with her. So since it is such a rainy day, we're going to have her come over here, and I think we'll try doing a realism painting. We'll do a large one to see how this girl does. Olivia has been in her room busily painting most of the afternoon, and we just got this notice that her dog Bentley is running away. He will make his way home eventually, but posting an alert via computer or phone can help find him sooner. So he is feeling very sad. Missing my furry friend. Was it something James said or did? A runaway pet makes the home feel lonely and forlorn. Use a computer or phone to post an alert. So we will have him do that. So let's see. We can... where do we do this? Post alert about missing pet. So we'll have him do that on the computer, and then I think we'll also have him do it by cell phone as well. And apparently it also looks like the ghost of our mother, Catherine, has come to visit us, which is pretty creepy. But that should help. James Alert should have everyone on the lookout for Bentley. So it looks like our dog will hopefully be found soon. Looks like Olivia has headed off to bed. I didn't realize it was already so late, but she did finish her painting here, so we will add that into her inventory. She has added quite a bit in here, so you can see that we have several of them. And so I just feel like we are just going to make quite a big collection because she does have an art exhibit coming up soon, and so she's trying to prepare that because it is one of her big projects for her class. Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, and Olivia has been getting ready for school. She's eating some delicious food with her father this morning. He had a long night tossing and turning, thinking about his wife, and he just couldn't deal with it. And so that's why he came into the kitchen literally at like 3 a.m. to make dinner. And so our girl is just over here eating, and we're going to get her all dressed and ready to go because she has school starting in just a few hours. We have arrived at school, and so it is, of course, still quite the rainy day, but it is summer, and summer we know is just full of rain. So what does she want? To listen to focus music, island music, and chat with other students. So people are wanting to point and laugh at her. Oh, our poor girl. Like, that's not very nice. So anyways, we're going to try to ignore them, and the pregnant teacher is wanting to point and laugh at her. Like, that makes no sense. Okay, well, anyways, here is Ryan Ziegler. So let's go ahead and introduce ourselves to her and see what kind of an impression we get with her, because I do want her to try to make some new friends. She doesn't really have a whole lot of friends other than Derek. So, it looks like she thinks that she's in dreamland, and she thinks she's a nature maniac, which she is not far off. So before class starts, she has come on over into the art room to work on a confident painting. She thought she would go ahead and get started on one of her projects. So you can see this is the art room here at the school, which looks amazing. There's so many different pieces that they can have in their collection. And girl, you gonna keep going? Okay, looks like she's feeling a little bit frustrated, but okay. Well, she is starting. Oh, it looks like it's a little cat. How cute. But okay, we have got to get on to class because things are starting. Looks like our girl arrived late to class, but she is sitting right next to Ryan, which is very cool. And it looks like, oh, the teacher looked like she was pretty upset. Oh, we have a fire drill. Fire drill has sounded. Rule-abiding students should evacuate the building. So are we evacuating? Evacuate the building. Yes, she is. So everyone is following. I remember doing fire drills all the time in school, and they were so annoying. Like there's the not the police officer, a firefighter. Look at Amanda. She is like pissed. She's like, oh my gosh, this is such a waste of time. Look, they made me get my new shoes wet in this rain. This is awful. I cannot believe they're making us come outside. How stupid. She's like, Brock, can you believe this? He's like, yeah, I know, Amanda. I get it. It's dumb, okay? We all know. Oh, and there's Derek, our friend, and there's Cat Williams, the rebel. Everybody is here. Looks like we have a lot of other Sims that I did not choose to come to school with, but you know what, that's okay. I think it just kind of, depending on the student I'm playing, just kind of throw some other random ones in there. But one person in particular that I'm not seeing is, our boy Lee. So I think she's feeling a little bit worried and apprehensive about it. And so she is wondering, like, is he okay? Is he not feeling well? Maybe I should try to reach out to him. So I think we're going to have our girl, what is she doing? Listen to loud music. I think we're going to have her reach out to him. She will send him a happy text just to try to be, pretty nonchalant and just, oh, hey, how are things going? Are you doing well? Is anything happening? And girl, you're going all the way upstairs. What are we going upstairs for? I guess she just wanted to be alone to text. So she looks pretty happy to be up here. It is quite, quiet, so I don't think she'll be bothered by too many people, but there is a study room or a library up here, so we might have to have her come and study. Oh, and she's wanting to be friendly with a student. Looks like, oh, she's gonna go and chat with the bully. Hopefully he's going to be kind to her because she's already been pointed at and made fun of today. So during lunch, instead of eating, she's coming in here to continue working on her confident painting because this girl, she cannot help herself. She lives and breathes for the canvas. Lunch break is over. We came so close to finishing our painting, but of course we didn't. So afternoon class ends very soon. Let's see. Oh, attend science class. That's what we're doing. I haven't even seen an instructor in here, so I don't even know if we're getting instruction. Maybe it's just like kind of a free period, or maybe our teacher went into labor because she looked like she was about to pop. We had a pop-up, chemical mixing. Chemistry is like cooking a recipe, just with far more dangerous ingredients. Like following a recipe through, there is always room for a little creative freedom. Chemicals in hand. Should Olivia add some flavor to the school assignment? So follow instructions, or what's the worst that can happen? I feel like she would be one to follow the instructions. So Olivia tried to follow the directions, but they were just too ambiguous. The experiment fails and Olivia has nothing to show for it but a mess and a poor grade. So she got a little bit of a performance loss. The teachers have collected homework and dismissed their students. Some Sims are still hanging around, but everyone is free to head home. So Olivia turned in some good work and took some good notes today, so that's great. School is over, so we are going to have her come back into the art room to put her confident painting in her inventory. This is the completed picture with the little cat sleeping, which I think is super cute. And so it looks like some people are starting a protest at school, but she is feeling sad, but she feels confident at the same time. She's very confident in her painting abilities, but she is feeling sad still because she just knows going home makes her depressed because her dad's so depressed with the loss of her mother. But she's also so worried about Lee. She really wants to make sure that he's okay. So we're going to send him another text, and we did introduce ourselves to Cat. And Kat, we think she's weird. She thinks we are imaginative. And what about Brock? What does he think? So we think he's responsible, and he thinks that we are funny. So that's a new one. And Ebony here, we think she's annoying. She thinks we're sophisticated. So when we got back to Newcrest, it's actually a really beautiful day. So I'm going to have her, we're going to take care of just a few of her needs here. And then I'm thinking what we'll do is we will bake some treats to take over to Lee's house, just to say that we're really going to bring them to the grandparents because we do know them and are good friends with them. And we'll just say that we heard that the whole family was under the weather. But really she's going to be trying to check on Lee to make sure he's okay. And look, our dog is back, and he does need a bath badly. Our girl is hard at work in the kitchen making some pre-mixed brownies. It looks like her dad basically didn't even go to work. He just like stayed home in his jammies all day. We have a moodlet that Olivia has dreamy eyes. Olivia's got her crush on her mind, so she is thinking about Lee. She is so excited to go over to the house to check on him, and so she is going to bring those brownies. Girl, you better put those in your inventory because we are going to go next door. It is time for a little trip. So our girl has arrived, so we are going to have her come and knock on the door. It looks like she's knocking on the garage door. So they said, come on in. And so, girl, I don't know why you're going in over there. But all right, looks like the mom is asleep, and there is the grandfather, and here is Lee. So he is at the table doing some homework. So we are going to come in here and just chat with him. Oh gosh, she's feeling hysterical. She might totally ruin this for herself. She's like, hey Lee, how are you doing? I didn't see you at school today. Is everything okay? And he's like, yeah, my mom was in a rough spot, so I thought I'd help her out. And she's like, oh, that's good. I mean, I thought I heard that your grandma and grandpa were under the weather, so I made you guys a treat. And he's like, oh, really? That's super nice of you. So she's like, yeah, I made some brownies. So, you make my day so much better. Thanks for making me smile. Girl, look at that. So, yeah, Olivia feels close to Ramus, so that is super sweet. So they're having a really, really good conversation, and so we'll have her go ahead and get to know him a little bit because she does want to know more about him. I mean, look at her. She's like eyeing him so hard. She also has a moodlet that says, liked sim nearby. There's a sim nearby with whom Olivia feels in tune, even though they barely know each other at all. Opportunities for conversation and friendship are a happy thing. So, she is enjoying this, and oh my gosh, he looks like he's like arguing with her about something. Oh, hurt sentiment. Olivia feels wronged by Ramus, and Ramus will remind her of that pain. So, Lee, what did you do to her? Oh, so let's try to apologize. Maybe she offended him with something, and maybe it was just, more than she was ready for. Wowie, that sim is irresistible. Olivia has a major crush on Ramus. So, there it is, enamored. So Olivia is crushing hard on him. So, well, we all knew that was going to happen. So she's going to try to discuss some color theory with him, and just to see what he says and discuss the meal. She's going to be like, hey, I'd love for everyone to come and have a taste of my brownies. They are thankfully normal quality, but look at him. He looks like he's just like trying to figure her out. He's like, okay, like, yeah, that's cool. Sounds like a really crazy story. Sounds like they were pretty mean. She's like, yeah, everyone was pointing at me this morning, including the teacher. And he's like, oh, and look, she's like, wow, this tastes amazing. Definitely try my brownies out. I'd love for everyone to have one. And so she got one, and is Lee gonna get one? Boy, you gonna get a brownie, or are you gonna ignore? I think he's gonna get one. You gonna get one of her brownies? He's thinking about it. Boy, you better get one. You better get one. Oh, he did get one. Phew, thank goodness. Look, she's like fanning herself over here, thinking about him. So it looks like he has even cleaned up after himself, but he's like, hey, it's pretty late. I gotta go to bed, so, I'll see you later. So she's like, oh, okay. Well, don't forget to tell your grandma I brought these brownies over. So we're gonna just, I guess we can't really put it in his fridge. It's not really letting us. So, girl, what are you doing? What are you gonna try to chat with him for? The boy was going to bed. Oh, no, he's just sitting up here on his bed. Oh, okay. He's like, oh, you're gonna come sit next to me? He's like, why is she still here? She's like, I thought you were going to bed. He's like, well, I just got a lot on my mind. So it has gotten pretty late, and she, needs to go home because everybody else is over here sleeping in the house, and she has been up alone with Lee, and it looks like he is like running off to escape. He's going for a quick swim. So it looks like he is wanting, I think, to just spend some time by himself to get away from her. So we don't want to push it because she is crushing hard, but we got to give this boy some space. So we're going to send her back. Our girl has been painting most of the night. She has been so full of adrenaline since coming back from visiting Lee. Like, she has just been on cloud nine. And so she is painting this beautiful classic landscape picture. And, she is just dreaming of well, what if I was able to go to a place like this with Lee? She would obviously never tell him that though, because she's pretty shy about it and is not one to admit her crush. Like, she is so afraid of rejection that she just is cool with being in the friend zone, or, more so just being acquaintances. She just doesn't want him to run away from her. We have arrived for another day of school, and it looks like today must be the club day. So let's see. It looks like we are not wearing a shirt, but everyone else is. So our girl is currently in social studies class, so they are learning about that. And then it did have on here earlier that they need to prepare for their exams. So she does have a test coming up. So I think during the next period, we will take her onto the library and try to get her grades up. She's really struggling because she spends way too much time doing art instead of actual homework. And it's not that she's bad at schoolwork by any means. Olivia actually enjoys school to an extent, but she just would rather be painting because that is what matters to her, because that was something her and her mother bonded with. Her mother was really big into art and plays and music, and as you can see here, she wants to go and practice the violin because her mom was pretty good at playing violin, and so she does want to follow in her mom's footsteps to an extent. But and look who is at school. It's Ramus. It's Lee. That's what I need to call him, Lee. Okay, so let's see. We will try to enthuse about painting. She doesn't know what else to say to him, but look, it looks like he's like, oh hey, how are you? Thanks for the brownies. My grandma really liked them. And she's like, I finished this new painting last night. It was incredible. He's like, oh, that's great. I'm really happy for you. She's like, yeah, I'm planning on putting it on my exhibit that we're going to have soon. Oh, it looks like he is talking back with her, so that is pretty good. She's going to ask him about his day, make sure he's doing much better. And then I think perhaps we will even, she's gonna be brave, okay? She's gonna give him just a friendly gift, and she's gonna give him one of her realism paintings. So we'll give him this medium one and see how he acts. Oh, she's feeling very flirty, but it looks like he is making fun of her. So what has Olivia? Blushing, dreamy eyes, crushes here. OMG, Olivia just spent some quality time with her crush. And how did he like the gift? Did he like it? Oh, I think he did. But he is feeling very uncomfortable, so we might need to leave it alone. Oh, and it looks like it is career day, so we are going to head to the auditorium for it. We have arrived here for career day, and look at these girls and these heels. My goodness. So it looks like we have like a detective type career over here, maybe more of like a sports. This is culinary. So let's see, where is everyone? So let's see, this one is visiting professional, the good timers. What does this have any information specifically about what they're supposed to be talking about? Well, I think we'll come over here to the chef for now, ask details about the career, and watch career presentation. So I've never been to a career day before. So girl, like, why are you standing so close to him? And look at Amanda. She's like, this is so dumb. I don't want to do any of these careers. I'm just here. And then of course we got Ebony over here who is feeling it. She is all about it. And then Ryan's like, are you using organic ingredients? Alright, so it looks like we are supposed to ask for details from multiple professionals. So here we go. Ask for details on that one. And then we will also add this one in here. So we got Supriya over here. I'm assuming this must be for like sports since she's wearing like a jersey, but she's got quite the crowd, so she must be really great at her presentation. But I've noticed that every time Olivia goes to ask about it, everyone else clears out. Olivia is coming over to discuss her future with the teacher. She's like, I appreciate you getting all these people to come and share about their professions with us, but this isn't anything I'm interested in doing. I mean, the closest thing to art you have here is, maybe decorating for like a cake, or even for crime scenes, like, drawing criminals and whatnot, or suspects. So she's coming outside to get a breath of fresh air because she is just over it, and she is exhausted because she basically didn't sleep all night because she was thinking about Lee. Oh my gosh, I just came outside and look how gorgeous this sitting area is with these beautiful like cherry blossom trees. Oh my goodness. Our girl is back home from school and she is feeling pretty famished. But before we go any further with her, I thought we should take our little dog out for a medium walk since it is such a nice day outside, nice and hot. And I think our dog has been feeling a bit abandoned, honestly. So we are just going to follow behind our girl here as she does her walk with, I forget what his name is, Bentley. So it's such a beautiful day. We got butterflies in the air and nice fresh breeze, but she is really frustrated. She's frustrated that she feels like the school doesn't really support art careers or professions of the arts, and that's something that's been very frustrating for her as an artist, which her mom had always told her that, and her dad as well. Her dad would prefer her to go into something, you know, more secure, I guess, financially secure. So we have potentially awkward conversation. James sees that the next customer in the chat queue is an old flame of his and didn't exactly end prettily. The other agents are tied up. Should he respond to the chat request or pretend not to notice? He will begin the chat. He would be professional. So lucky for James, the relationship wasn't as memorable as he thought, or at least the flame doesn't acknowledge his name or chat picture. James meets his customer service needs and avoids an awkward confrontation. Looks like we have a little park over here to the left, and so she is really just enjoying her time out here. This poor dog is always getting so dirty, so it looks like we need to give him another bath. But alright, we have a lifestyle daily cap reach for James, and we've got someone else walking behind us, Sydney Hester. And so, yep, I don't see anyone else from school. We got a few people out here in the park or over at the roller rink. So it looks like she's just taking some time, enjoying herself. I love how she purposely walks right past Lee's house. She's like, do I see anyone in there? What are they doing? What sleep is he doing? Like, she's trying to like spy and like look really nonchalant, like, oh, I'm not doing too much of anything, you know, just hanging out as usual. So here we go past the front of the house. She see anything? She's not like a crazy stalker by any means whatsoever, but she just, you know, she can't help herself. She's attracted to the boy and she wants to spend more time with him and get to know him, but she doesn't want to be creepy about it. Do you want to get closer as friends? She's like, sure. Like, she's always down for trying to make new friends. Look who it is that we're running into down here. I'm pretty sure, isn't that our school teacher right here? A scientist Mercedes, I think. Oh, she looks just like our teacher. Maybe it's not. I don't remember what her name was. I love the way it looks at sunset as they're walking home on a summer evening. Like, look how beautiful the color is here. Oh, it's just gorgeous. And this poor girl literally just got back from her walk and peed herself right in front of Lee's house. So let's go ahead and get her taken care of before she gets any more mortified than she already is. Our girl Olivia has ended her evening pretty rough with that whole scenario, but we're going to go ahead and end this episode here. So we just spent some time with Olivia getting to know her and her situation. She's had the loss of her mother not too long ago, her father and his depression. She has the hope of a crush of Lee next door. She's super into him, but is very shy and trying to be more subtle about it. But, you know, knows the grandparents pretty well, so she feels like that could be her in there, but, you know, we're going to have to just see how things go there. But, yeah, so thank you so much, Tater Tots, for joining me. If you aren't subscribed, go ahead and hit subscribe so you don't miss any of the future episodes, and check out my Solar System Legacy as well as my Star Sign Legacy challenges, and I do have some mod videos up as well if those are more of what you are interested in. So drop a like and hit wow, I confused that. Hit the like button and drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think it's possible for her and Lee to get together? How do you think it would happen? Let me know what you guys think. So once again, thanks so much, Tater Tots, and I will see you next time. You could be